In last week's video, we talked about Reform Judaism. We also discussed the not religious yet Jews. But in this video, we are going to talk about a Judaism that was followed by the likes of Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and yes, even Moshe Rabbeinu himself. And that is Orthodox Judaism. Now, I have never heard of a convert or potential convert telling me that they want to convert in any other way other than Orthodox Judaism. The only reason they take a different path is because it is so difficult to convert through Orthodoxy. Now, I have been to Ashkenazi shul, which I daven in daily, and I've been in a Sephardic shul, which I've davened in. Slight differences, but more or less the same. It is very important to note that although there is differences of opinions within the Orthodox world, all Orthodox Jews believe that God gave the Torah at Mount Sinai in a public event. Millions of people witnessed this event, and they heard God speak. In fact, God spoke the first and the second commandment of the 10 commandments. And the Jews told Moshe, we can't listen to this God. We are frightened, we are afraid. Please, you go speak with that God, and whatever he says, we will do. This is also one of the proofs that the Torah could not have been written by a normal human being, because it is the only religion given in a public event. Orthodox Jews also believe that together with a written Torah, there was an oral Torah or tradition, and this is in many verses within the written Torah where it says, God speaking to Moshe, do as I have shown you on the mountain. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know what was shown on this mountain. So there must have been something told on this mountain that has been carried over from generation to generation, and which we have today. There's things like tefillin, where it says, and you shall bind it for you for a sign upon your arm, and it shall be totosfot between your eyes. Now, it doesn't say what you should bind on your arm and what you should put between your eyes or where you should put it. But if you go anywhere in the world, you will see all Orthodox men above the age of 13 wearing tefillin on their arm on the same spot and on the same spot on their head. How did they know? They were separated for generations. No Google, no WhatsApps. They couldn't chat with each other, but yet the tradition stayed intact. That for me is a clear proof. Now, all Orthodox Jews believe that all 613 mitzvot should be kept in this day and age. It is true, however, that we can't keep all of them. Not just because we're not that good, but because a lot of them has to do with the temple service, and the temple has not yet been rebuilt. Now, it is interesting to note that in the Sephardic world, there is not a lot of division. But in the Ashkenazi world, there is quite a few movements within them. And I'm going to talk briefly about each of them. And it is impossible to cover all of them. And it's better for you as a potential convert, once you have made the decision that you want to convert Orthodox and follow the religion of Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and Moshe Rabbeinu, to go to the different shuls and see which one you feel most comfortable with. Now, I started out in an ultra-Orthodox shul, or more Charedim type shul, and I was quite strict. And I quickly realized that this is not 100% what I feel I could live by for the rest of my life. Now, I've got the greatest respect for the ultra-Orthodox. I like their way of life. I follow some of their rabbis. I listen to one of their rabbis almost daily. But I just know, for me, not gonna work. Number one, I don't like wearing just black and white. I don't like to separate myself from the modern world. And I want to tell other people about Judaism and interact with people from different religions, different walk of lives. I don't just want to be in my community. And that is something that the ultra-Orthodox don't feel the same about. And I respect them for that. The next group is Chasadim. Now, if you type into Rav Google any question about Judaism, you will always find Chabad. Now, I have read a book recently, The Rebbe's Army, which said one day man will land in Mars and there they will find a Chabad house. And I think that about sums up Chasadim. Now, Chabad is actually just the Lubavitch movement within Chasadim. And there's actually quite a few streams. I am fascinated by the Chasadim. I mean, I love them. But again, the Chasadim have a very strict way of life. They dress a certain way. They are machmir about most things. And I am just not that way inclined. Again, the greatest respect. I wish I was Chassid. But that's just not the life for me. Now, the last group that I'm going to talk about is the group that I've decided to join, and that is modern Orthodoxy. Now, I, maybe like you, had the same thought and thought, well, is this just another reform or another movement on its way to reform? What eased my mind is that it is under the Beit Din and you convert as a fully Orthodox Jew. Modern Orthodox Jews believe that you should be integrated in modern life. You can go to university, you can have a normal job, you can interact with the modern world. There's still a big focus on community and on Jewish life. We keep all mitzvot. We just don't dress black and white, dress more modern. We girls still dress modest. Everything as per halacha. And this is more my way of life. Now, I'm not saying you should choose modern orthodoxy. I'm saying go to the different shuls and see in which one you feel most comfortable. Ask people to go on a Shabbat with them and see how is their way of life. Maybe meet them in the week and see if this is the life for you. Because remember, when you convert, you're not just doing it for a short period, but this will be your way of life. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informative. If you do like it, please like the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos. And from this point on, most of the videos will be about things within Orthodoxy. Probably the next video will be what can a convert expect when they first come to shul? What should you do? What should you not do? I hope you have a very good Shabbat. And I'll see you next week. Shabbat Shalom.